Hello, my name's Mariana, and today this is a reading for Gemini. Okay, so Gemini, as always, I'm doing a reading with my own deck, so the cards that you'll see are from this deck. So, Gemini, today let's talk about your qualities, your characteristics that are amazing and that work for your benefit, right? They are there just because it's like they're useful to you and your development. So, I had a hair in my mouth, sorry. So, you're showing up here as knowing about what you have that really works well for you, right? Those traits, those characteristics, those marks of your personality that are incredibly fitting for what's about to come, right? And I feel like there is this fire in your belly because you're showing up here first as the Knight of Wands, right? So this fire in your belly that is building and building and building. And I feel like this card it's almost like, you know, those games, when I was a kid, there were these games about like, Pokemon or whatever it was, that the characters, they had like each card represented a character and they had like a set of values or qualities or challenges or whatever it was, and they had like a score, right? And we would play, right? And who had the highest score or the highest value would trump the rest, right? And then, it's just a children's game, but this is reminding me of a little bit of your own characteristics that they add up to an incredible score, right? So this is what this card is representing for you today, Gemini. It feels like this Knight of Wands is everything that you have accomplished. And I don't mean accomplishing as in like a professional sense or even like a financial accomplishment. It doesn't mean like that you hold titles or diploma or certificate. It's not that. It's more like your own traits, your own unique personality traits, right? So the reason why I'm saying that is because this card came through as like a demo. So, and a demo of your agility, your speed, right? Those two incredible traits that I feel are exactly what you need to receive what's about to come. So after the Knight of Wands, we have the Three of Wands. And to me, the threes are all about co-creation, but it's something that is still in the making, is still being processed, or it hasn't yet completed, right? It's like those very initial stages. But, if we think of the Three of Wands as the card that shows that ship, right, coming in. So it is about this manifestation coming closer and closer and closer to you, right, Gemini? But I feel like you are in this mode where it's almost like you are presenting your best qualities to receive this, right? And it's interesting because I don't feel like it's almost like you are not. It's almost like this is sort of like a test drive or like a rehearsal or like practice, right? Some sort of practice. It's almost like if you hold this high score, right? It's like you need to practice to be at that highest level of agility and speed, right? So it's almost like that this is coming. So this is what you're doing. It's almost like you are perfecting those traits, those skills, right? So the reason why I'm saying why you're not yet there is because the Five of Swords came after, and the sensation that I had was almost like somebody keeping your place, holding your place for you. And sometimes the swords suit come as spirit. So it felt pretty much like your spirit is holding space for you. So while you're, out there in the field, right, working to the best of your abilities to improve your skills, right to the last minute that before this arrives, it's almost like you don't have to worry that your spot is guaranteed by spirit, right? It's like whenever is the time to take on this spot, it's like your spirit is already holding this place for you, right? And it feels like it is pretty soon, I want to say. It's not like, if we think of the image of the ship coming in, right, from the traditional card of the Three of Wands, it seems like it's close, but it's really very far away. It's like it will take, however long it has to take to arrive. But it's almost like the increase in your sense that this is coming, right? It's like it's almost like this internal agitation, Gemini. It feels like perhaps it's almost like you need to go for a run, which is actually coming up here at the last card, right? But it's like you just need to move your body. It's almost like you have to exercise these traits of yours that are just amazing, right? It's like your ability. It's almost like it's interesting because when I was just staring at the cards and speaking to them and communicating to them and them to me, it's almost like I was wondering if this could be like your ability to multitask. And to be honest, I don't feel like it is entirely multitask. It's more like in terms of increasing your productivity, increasing your agility in finishing up tasks, right? Because after this, spirit of yours is granting your space, right, to be part of this co-creation and receive whatever it is that is still necessary to complete this co-creation, right? The Sun card shows up, and yes, it's coming through as like a luminous day. It's coming through as like, it's almost like joining your agility with luminosity, then and with this third thing that is coming that hasn't revealed itself exactly what it is, right? It's like it's almost like this luminosity is essential to fire you up, right? To light you up, to increase your desire to move, right? And to be agile. But the interesting thing that I was seeing with this Sun card was actually a clock face, right? If you see, these rays or these triangles, right? As like, what is the name of that thing? The needle of the clock? The whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, right? Like that is moving, right? The clock face is not still. That's the interesting thing, because it's like you are moving faster than ever, I want to say, right? And it's almost like you are moving, but you are accomplishing more than you think, more than you realize, maybe more than ever in a day, right? It's like what you are capable of doing in a day has increased a lot, right? Very, very significantly. And that is because of this agitation, but it's like this growing excitement that makes you want to move, that just enlightens you, that fires you up, right? And it's like and that agility is like giving you the energy, giving you this boost, right? To just do more with your day, do more things, accomplish more things, right? In one day. So that is really, really exciting. But that next card, the one that comes after the Sun, really left me with a big question mark in my head. This Page of Swords. So remember when I was talking about your spirit is guarding your spot, right? So no matter what you're doing, out there practicing your abilities, or getting things done and stuff like that. But this is coming, right? And you have to be in this spot to be able to receive this, right? This felt like, it's almost like that you don't have much time before this comes. So perhaps that you have many things to take care of before this manifestation, this third thing comes, right? And it feels like it's almost like this thing has a consciousness, but it's almost like you're trying to anticipate what it is. It's almost like, for instance, as an example, right? If there is somebody that is coming to your place, that is coming to visit you, and you need to prepare the house. It's not coming through like that, but it's just an example that came to my mind. But it's like, if you know exactly what the needs of that person are, then you are more prepared, and you can use your day more efficiently to do everything, so that when this third person comes, it's like it is going to be a very welcome stay for them, right? So the Hermit card next, it feels like this more reserved, secluded, isolated, perhaps sacred space, right? So what I was seeing you doing here, Gemini, out in the field, out in the world, doing a lot of things in, small chunks of time, and doing many things all at once, or perhaps in one day, right? It's like you're out and about, right? This is an energy that is out in the world. But there is something here with these two cards that I feel like you are either preparing to receive them, or it's more like you're trying to mimic them. It's like you're trying to study. It doesn't need to be a person, right? It's like this third element that is arriving. If it is a person, it's almost like you are trying to understand their needs, or you're trying to just know them, right? But even before asking them, it's almost like you're trying to figure them out. It's very weird. But the way that you're doing so, it's almost like one of the things that you have to accomplish throughout your day is like you put yourself in their shoes. You put yourself in their situation. So if you are preparing to receive them in your home, it's like, you're going to sleep in the couch for one night just to see how it feels. That's just the thing that is coming to my mind. I know that is very weird, and it's actually very different than what I was about to say with these two cards. But anyways, maybe that's exactly what has to come. But Gemini, so going back to the first thing that I was seeing with these two cards, you positioning yourself in their place, in their shoes, right? Because perhaps this is somebody that is going through what you went through in an earlier process, right? In earlier days, before you were in this spot, very, very close to receiving the manifestation that you wanted, that you are preparing for. I want to say that you were preparing for, but that you are, it's almost like maybe you started out as this Page of Swords, right? Studying very diligently, in one space. But then when the clock ticks, it's almost like you have this urge feeling in you that just makes you want to go out there and do stuff, right? Because it's almost like that this is coming, so you don't want to stay stuck in one place, even though maybe the arrival of this third thing that seems to be like perhaps somebody, or a situation that resembles this place that you were perhaps a few weeks ago, a few years ago, right? That you were still, it's almost like you were still growing this excitement. It's like, you weren't yet where you are today, right? So the earlier days, it's almost like you are remembering about this moment of gathering information, of gathering some sort of wisdom that was needed so that you had the fuel that gives you this boost, right? And so this is, it's like agility, speed, and the luminosity, but it feels like this remembrance so that whatever is coming can feel comfortable with you, or can feel comfortable in your presence, and not, anxious or agitated by your agitation. Does it make sense? It's almost like you're trying to remember how you felt back then, right? Not to scare anybody away with your ability to accomplish so many things, to multitask perhaps. And so the thing that it's almost like you will know when all of the pieces are together. Well, if there is somebody there to arrive, or if it's just another piece, right? Like the third element in this co-creation. It's like you will know when they are close enough that you can make your run for it, right? With the 9 of Wands. It's interesting because this is coming through as like a running track. Is that the way you say it? Like yeah, just the in the Olympics, or the running field, it's coming through as like this track, right? Because it's like this, it's almost like your spot to take off, right? And to run to meet this, right? So it feels like you are in this, it's almost like the third piece includes you anticipating for its arrival, you preparing for its arrival by remembering what you went through in the beginning, when you were still collecting information that was necessary to give you this boost, right? To give you all of this energy that now that is just bursting through you, right? But because it's like this one, it's almost like they if this is somebody else, right? It's like and remember, that is this, remembering, this is like the person, the situation that is going to make you, or to help you remember how it started for you, right? How this manifestation process started for you. And so when you feel, it's almost like, when track runners hear the sound that they can take off, it's like it's that kind of vibe that I'm getting from the 9 of Wands, right? It's like you're still in this, it's like the last phase, even though you are very agile, you are moving around and doing many, many things, right? It's like the last hour of your day, it's like it includes you putting yourself in their shoes, right? And going back to where you started, right? Going back to this, it's like this gathering of knowledge, right? Phase. And when you are in this position, that is the signal, right? For you to position. That's the thing. It's like it's coming through as like this running track, right? So the starting line, right? It's like this is the starting line. That's the thing. Okay, so that is so interesting. For you to, it's like you have been practicing, Gemini. You have been rehearsing. You have been working out. You have been, polishing and pruning your best qualities, right? So all of these things have to come back to the finish line so that you can go for the run officially, right? So it's like the part of practice, or the rehearsal, is now done, right? It's like the day has ended. So, or, the phases of practices, right? If, you consider each one of these rays as one complete task, or one complete training day, whatever it is, it's like you have done, like you have completed that cycle of rehearsing and training and practicing, right? So now it's like you have to go back to the beginning, because whatever it is that is coming to you, it's also like requiring that you go for it, right? That you make this run for it, right? That it's like going back to the beginning so that you can show your full speed, your full agility, right? It's like this is the moment when you're going to present everything that you have trained for, everything that you have rehearsed for, right? All of your practice is going to be put into motion, right? But officially, right? This is like the run for this, right? For you to meet whatever is also coming your way, which feels like an energy that is reminding you of where you begun. I hope this makes sense. These messages lately have been like really, really weird to me, but I really do hope that it makes sense to you somehow. But Gemini, I'm going to pull more cards for you to see where this is going. And also I'm going to pull from the astrological runes in the extended reading. And if you want to join me there, I'll be very happy to see you there. And you can find the link down below here in the description box. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.